We go. Hello, Gali.
Hi.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi. Very exciting to be on another live. I'm in Florida.
And I'm in Cape
Yes.
Town.
And yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's so
Yes.
nice. Perfect. And we're on Instagram now. Fantastic. And hello, everyone that's joining us on YouTube, on Facebook, on
Hello.
LinkedIn, on all the
Yes.
platforms. Excellent. Okay. So you can hear me okay, right?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay.
And I
Amazing.
just want to see the comments here. Yes. Here is the chat. Yes. Perfect. It's perfect.
Amazing. All right. So today we're talking about a topic that many people have actually asked me about,
Hmm.
and it's a topic that has sort of caught on as a general thing that people are saying, are concerned about, feel, and really don't know what to do about it.
So
And
this is
that topic,
the substitute for being narcissists.
narcissist, yeah,
Narcissists. Yes.
it's in the same now category of
That's the
buzzword.
new thing. Yeah.
The
That
next,
no one
yeah, it's
understands.
yeah, the
Okay.
next thing that no one understands, which is imposter syndrome. This is
Okay.
the idea. Now, many people that are listening might also not know what imposter syndrome is.
Hmm.
And to explain it in a nutshell, the idea with imposter syndrome is it can happen in a couple of different ways, but the idea is this: somebody has legitimate success, they are doing well, it's evident, but they feel like they're a fraud. They feel like, am I really this successful? Or they don't feel like a fraud, but they are very successful and they make it into rooms with important people and onto stages where people are listening to them, explaining, yet they feel like, how did I get here to talk on the stage? I don't belong here. This is like, I'm just little old me that like has grown and now I'm on a stage and people listen to me. And that can happen in different forms. It can even happen. I had a friend who was coaching and did well as a coach, but he's like, sometimes I feel like I have imposter syndrome. Why should this person listen to me giving coaching advice? Like, so there's that. That's the idea around imposter syndrome. You feel like you are an imposter. You don't belong where you are.
Okay. Wonderful. So there's a few things that one have to understand. So few basic things. The first one you will not like. Well, the people will not like. The second one they will hate.
Yeah, great.
It's true. Okay. So first of all, feeling always lie.
Mm. Feelings
Feeling
always lie.
always, always, no exception.
Okay.
Feelings always lies. Why? Because feeling is something that belongs to you. You say my feeling. It's something that belongs to you. And when someone tell you something about you, obviously it's bullshit because you are the only one that knows you.
Okay. But if I feel that I love you, or I feel very happy to be on this live.
Yeah, if you feel that you're happy to be on this life and this is why you are on this life, you have a problem. You're just a robot. You're on this life because you have a product, you have an end result. So you do the life and you decided that you love being on the life. This is
Mhm.
sane. The insanity is I feel that I want to be on the life, so I'm on the life, so I'm a robot. There's no end result. I'm just on the
Mhm.
life because I feel someone told me that I should.
Yeah.
So you will see people behave like that all the time. They hear, well, we have to be on Instagram. You have to. And they don't understand anything, but they know that someone that they trust said they have to be on Instagram. So they feel they need to be on Instagram. And 3 weeks later, they feel that they need to be on TikTok. And then 5 weeks later, they feel that they must write a book. And 6 weeks later, they feel that they need to smoke marijuana or do ayahuasca or whatever they
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
nonsense. It's total nonsense because the only logical thing is when you actually have an end result in mind that dictate what you need to do And so you fall in love with doing that.
Yeah, I
Before
see.
you have that viewpoint, you're just a useless robot because you feel I need to be stoned. I feel I must eat, so you get fat. I feel I don't belong, so you don't belong. But it's insane.
Mm,
And
mm,
obviously, you don't look at data because the data tells you something, the actual results tell you something, but you become a slave to some kind of a thing that's called feeling.
I see. I see.
So it can be feeling, it can be emotions, it can be signs. Oh, well, the star told me that I need to. It's the same thing. It's nonsense. It's not you. The only one that knows you is you. And the only one that it's actually logical is you, and everything else, it's not logical. If you are not looking at the data is useless.
Yeah, I see. I see.
Are you with me?
Yeah, yeah,
So first thing is operating on feelings always, always, always mislead you. Just look at your life. Just look at your life, and you will see that when something didn't really go well, is because you acted based on what you wanted, not based on what the end result should be, not based on what do I need to do to bring about the end result and fall in love with that. So
yeah,
if the end result is A and I need to stay the whole night to work, so I love working the whole night. And otherwise, I would not love it. So I will not do it properly. So I will not get the result. And then the next thing will happen is I will justify, I will explain why I actually don't deserve it. And you don't.
yeah, 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 true. I see. Now, what about if somebody says, "Oh, I had a feeling that that guy was bad. I knew it. I had a feeling. I had this feeling in my gut. I really want to go by what I feel." Or, certain people go by their feelings, and they ended up wishing that they followed what they're feeling and not kind of got misled by other things.
Yes. There's two things. There's something that you know, and there's feelings.
Hmm.
Two things. You can know something, and the feelings will mislead you. So you know you shouldn't go with this guy, but he was rich. So you thought, maybe I should be his friend. But you knew his bad news. You knew this girl is a bad news. She cheated on all her past boyfriends. You knew, but you felt that, well, she's so beautiful and she told me that. So I feel that she loves me. So it's different. So God will help you.
Yeah, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So there is two different things. This is the first thing is this is the spirit. The spirit knows,
Hmm.
and everything else feel. Everything else operate on feeling. A stone feel that I push it, so it moves. A
Yeah,
person decide what he needs to do, so he either resist or change the push from someone else, or he contribute to the push because he understand the expected result. He have self-determinism over it. A stone don't. Stone operate based on what it feels. It feels force. It will behave according to a pattern behavior.
yeah, true. I see. So, okay, so the first real principle, which is super different to what almost anyone says, I don't think anybody really says it, but what you're saying is very true, is your feelings will always mislead you. And if you have this feeling that you're an imposter, first of all, you need to know it's not
Bullshit.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
any feeling you have is not true. So how do you differentiate between a feeling and what you know or what you sense? Like you get what I'm
Not
saying? I
sense.
could
Yes. Okay.
what you know.
So yeah. So when you know, it's 100%. There is no question about it, and it's not a continuation. You just know your name, and it's there, and you don't think about it anymore.
Mhm,
You don't
mhm.
need reinforcement. You don't need the reminder. You don't worry about it. You don't think about it. You know your name.
Yeah,
You don't look at the room and say, am I in this room? You know you're in this room. Yes.
yeah, and that's it, end of story. Like, I'm here, end of story.
That's it. And there's no importance. It's like, I know my name. It's not important. So I know how to play guitar. Well, big deal. For me,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. For someone else that get the feeling of me playing a guitar, it's a big thing. But
Yeah,
for me, it's
true.
nothing. I just play guitar. It's like nothing. I know how to speak Hebrew. Someone will look at me and say, wow, he can speak Hebrew.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly. I have a friend who speaks literally she speaks 9 languages. It's exactly like that. And I'm like,
she's a cat.
"Wow." Now, yeah, a cat with 9 lives, but 9 languages. Uh, she speaks 9 languages, and for me, it's like, that's incredible, and it is incredible, but for her, it's like, "Yeah, but yeah, I speak the 9
Just know.
languages." It's just yeah,
I just know. Yes.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. I see. Okay, so that's the difference.
The
Got it.
difference. Got it.
And,
So
by the
the
way so go ahead.
so the first thing is you when you know there's no importance. Like it's not important. It's like nothing. It's simple. It's not important. There's nothing to it, and there's no doubt involved in it.
Yeah.
Feeling we always have a doubt. Am I imposter? Make today yes, tomorrow no. Well, but it did happen. And you don't need data. You don't know based on data. You don't need data to remind you that your name is your name. You just know.
Right.
You
Right.
don't check it. Okay. So that's
Mhm.
the first thing. And the second thing is when you know, uh, you can teach it. You can explain it to a 6 years old.
Mhm.
Number one, it's
That's
extremely simple for you. And number two, you can explain it to a 6 years old. You don't have any doubt. The moment that you have a doubt, you need to know that there is no doubt. You don't know.
I love it. Yeah. When you have any doubt, you need to know. There's no doubt that you don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I love it. That's I see. Amazing. Okay. And by the way, we have Kapil here. He said hi, and Curtis said hi, Mayor and Gal. Raj said, "What if somebody is not quite successful, but feels he's not good enough?" That's one of the questions.
I think that's why he's not successful.
Sorry, say
If he
again?
feel, the same thing, if he feels that he's not good enough, if he feels that he's tall, he's short, if he feels that he's short, he's tall, if he feels because there is something other than you that tells you what's going on. So you don't know. You have a crutch that tells you what to do. You have a computer that tells you what to do. You know.
Mhm.
And the reason that person is not successful is because he does not know yet. The moment that you know how to play guitar, you will play songs successfully. For as long as you don't know how to play guitar, you will feel that you may be not bad and you may be able to perform and you may be, and even if you perform, you still don't know. You will think, I don't know, because maybe they didn't hear, but I heard all the bad things, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I see. And Curtis said, "I like that." And Kapil said, "True." And also on Instagram, we have Ali that said hello. So,
Okay.
yeah, and then Kapil also had a question, is imposter syndrome actually real, or is it something which is made up or brainwashing?
Yeah. So imposter syndrome, like all other syndromes, if there's no solution for them, only identification of them is just a label. So I can call it imposter syndrome or papupi pim bomb. The same thing. It's just nonsense because okay, so what? Let's say there is such thing. Can you fix it? No. So it's nonsense. The truth is that once you know something, you don't need to label it. You simply handle it.
Mm,
Once you know something, you don't need to label it. You simply handle it. You bring results.
yeah. So why does this phenomenon come about that somebody has this feeling? First of all, we know the feelings are not real, but why does it come about that somebody feels, why are people listening to me? I just won an Oscar. I'm standing on stage speaking to Denzel Washington and all these major celebrities, and they're looking at me. How did I get here? I don't belong here.
Okay. So when a person actually have such a feeling, the feeling is not because of what's happening. The feeling is not logical, which means the situation remind him of a long gone incident that plays now in his head, and he thinks it, but it's not him. He knows. And when you know you are perfect, as you know, my saying that I said that you are perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not you. So when you have this thinking or feeling or consideration that you are anything but perfect, it is actually not you. There is something from the past, some movie from the past that's playing in your head, and you, because you don't understand the mechanism, like a good robot, recite what you see in the movie, and you think that it's you, but it's not you. So you have this doubt, which means two certainties, two opposing certainties. On the one hand, you've got the movie, which is one certainty, and on the other hand, you've got you, which is another certainty. And obviously, if you have a result, it means that you are stronger than the movie in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So you brought results. But if you want this thing to go away, you need to handle this movie and where it's come from, so it will not get re-stimulated, and you will be even more successful.
I see.
Because if you have this thing going on in your mind, you may be very good and on stage with whoever, but there will be other areas of your life that are breaking down.
True. Yeah, 100%.
So you'll see all these celebrities that bring unbelievable, amazing results with a specific area of their life, but the rest of their life is a shame, but it's like a disaster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why? Because the actual why is not handled. And the actual reason for them feeling that thing or thinking those thoughts, and that is the same reason why their life get destroyed. They never isolated the actual source of the problem. So despite the genius that God one way on one hand, so the genius go forward this way, and the insanity goes the other way at an amazing speed. So they manage somehow to overcome in that specific area the insanity, and they bring results. But you'll see that the results are never long-term, and they're always involved with a lot of insanities. And you have someone like Robbie Williams, like genius beyond genius, that kill himself, or celebrities that do drugs, or have problems with relationships, or problem with their kids, or get divorced 57 times. You know, like Tom Cruise, he's like, before he get married, he get divorced.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Insanity, total insanity.
Right. 100%. And Kapil said, "Oh wow," and Ashley said, "Amazing to look at. It really is." And then Jason said, "Hi, hi." So yeah, for anybody joining now, we're talking about this thing called imposter syndrome. It's this idea that you don't belong in a place. Now, what about a situation where you're, let's say, this guy who's a coach, and he's giving this advice, and he was telling me that he feels like, why should people listen to me? I mean, and also he had a whole thing around getting paid for it. So how come they're paying me? Like, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable not taking their money. Like, I'm helping them, but I'm charging them this much. And my dad once told me that it was really, I'm charging too much. And now it's in my head that like I'm charging a lot. And so he went into this whole loop of like, he shouldn't be here doing what he does.
So he realized already, some of the thing comes not from him, from his dad, from his
True.
feelings, from his dad, from whoever, yes, but not him.
Yeah.
What comes from him is the good advice that he gives. What comes from him is the result. And all the rest is noise. And he needs to learn how to recognize the noise and how to remove the noise from his life. It's just noise. And if you don't handle the noise, if you don't learn how to either filter the noise or not create the noise, your life will become too noisy, and you will not see you will not hear the sound. You'll hear noise, but you will not hear the sound of the music. There's always a ratio between signal and the noise, the music and the noise. And the quality of your life, the quality of the music increase the more you reduce the noise you emphasize the signal. You know, in all the records, there was this together with the music, yes?
Yeah.
Uh, and it was not as high quality as today's music. Why? Because the noise has been handled. They reduce the noise. And this is what happen in your life. If you don't um, remove the noise in your life, much like in a record, the more you listen, the worse the noise become until it's not usable. Your life become unusable.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. That's amazing analogy, and it's actually very relevant to even aside from a record. You sometimes are listening to the radio, and you go somewhere and you start to hear and the music. It's so that no, and then all of a sudden you don't hear the music. You just hear
Yeah,
yeah. So that's exactly that. That's a really good analogy.
yeah. So this is really what happened. He has a noise, and he doesn't know, so he listened to the noise.
Mm.
If you
Yeah.
know what's going on, you will not listen to the noise. If you know what's going on and someone tell you, look, take drugs, and you know, no, drugs not for me. I'm not taking drugs. You will not have a doubt. You will just not taking drugs. End of cycle. If someone will come to you and say, well, let's go and rob a bank, and you know what's right, of course we're going to rob it. No, I'm joking.
Of course. Yeah. Great.
Yes, great.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not going to rob a bank. I'm not going to do that. You're not even entertaining it.
Yeah.
It is exactly the same. Are you going to entertain the noise, or are you going to just, no, I'm certain this is, no, 100% no. And the first level of handling is the ability to say no to the noise. And the second is to remove that bad influence from your life or to handle it.
Yeah.
So someone
Yeah.
that come and offer you drugs, I don't think that is a good friend. You have two options: either change him or change his mind.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And now Ashley asked, when you say unusable, you mean the noise is not usable?
No, the sound is unusable. That you've got if I record a song and I put it on a LP, and
LP? What's
you
LP?
a long player. It's like a record with a big
Okay.
record. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so you've got it on a record. This old thing that you used to put the needle
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
and to turn, and you start to listen to it. You will see that after a year or 2 or 3 years of listening, it becomes so noisy. There's so much, so you cannot hear the music. You cannot hear the singer. It become unusable. The noise is stronger than the signal. Noise is stronger than the music, than the singer.
Yeah.
At that moment, it become unusable. So your life, when the noise in your life, your mother tell you don't do that. Your father used to tell you that. The society think that. You have just things that telling you what to do. You have voices in your head that tell you, oh, blah, blah, blah. You will not, your life will not be usable because you will hear just noise. So you cannot enjoy music, or you cannot enjoy a record that is just noise. You don't hear the music.
Yeah.
So it seems to you that your life is a mess, but actually what happened is you did not handle the noise. So a job of a person in the physical universe is, number one, increase the pluses and suppress the minuses.
Yeah. Amazing.
And if you
Amazing.
don't suppress the minuses, you will not be able to live. Too much noise.
Yeah. It will really squash out you being in this analogy, you being the music. It will just you just disappear. And Ashley
Yeah.
said, by the way, she said, got it. And she said, yes, got it. Amazing to look at. Ashley said, wow, amazing. Curtis said, wow. And yeah, my friend really won't mind me talking about that example. I'll actually send this to him after. But he's not the only one. Many people I've spoken to about this topic, and many people have a thing around taking money, which I don't think we've touched on yet, is like getting money for what I've done. And like I feel like an imposter, like they're paying me to do
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So first of all, there is the basic purpose of the spirit is to help.
Mhm.
Help is a very important thing for spirit. You take a child and you prevent him from helping, you see that the chat will become a nightmare. Okay. Oh, let's see some.
Our live video ended.
Oh, we lost sound. Hold on.
Yeah. No, I think it ended. It cut us out.
Somehow it's ended. So hold on a second. Let me just restart it. Give me a second.
A quick commercial break.
Yeah, it's imposter.
Yeah, there's an imposter here, exactly. Yeah, now, by the way, if anybody's listening, and I see there's a couple of other questions I haven't gotten to yet, and I will get to them. If you have any
Okay, I'm
questions,
restarting.
please
Here we
add it.
go. Yes. Here we go. Checking connection.
Yeah, YouTube is still on. Thank you, Curtis. I know it's just Instagram that cut out, so we're just sorting it out for Instagram. If you have
Okay,
any
so
questions about what we're talking about, speak to me, and I see that we're back online, and I'm gonna join now. There we go. Okay, perfect. So I'm joining you now on Instagram. You can add me in.
1 second. I'm going to accept you. I'll be nice to you.
Thank you for accepting me for who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
I think I don't
Okay.
deserve you.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so while it's joining.
Okay, I don't see you, Babale, yet.
Oh, really? Okay, let me try again. See, it's like giving me issues. Okay, in the meantime, I'll try
Okay.
to join, but let's carry on with this. We were talking about the money, right? So
Yeah.
how does that play out?
Okay.
Getting money.
So I said that the help is a very basic thing for the spirit. We all want to help. However, we have a lot of fake realities. We've been miseducated in regards to help.
Mhm.
What do I mean?
By the way,
Most people,
you can add me in on Instagram. I see now it's sent, just so you know, we can get that done.
I don't see you on Instagram yet.
Oh, okay, fine. So leave it. It's
When
fine.
I'll see what will add you. It's not a problem. So anyway, so most people been miseducated that help has to be for free.
Mhm.
So when they help, they think that if I take money, it's not for free, and so I'm doing something wrong. The truth is that if I give you something for free, and I give you something for free, and I give you something for free, actually what I do, I create a criminal. Why? Because I give you, and you don't give me anything in return. This is what a criminal do. They come, they take, and they don't leave a check. They come to my house, take the laptop, never leave a check. If they left a check, it's not a problem. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So actually, when you give without return, you destroy the person. You're not helping him. How do I know? Take any country that live on handouts from other countries, they never recover. Take any group that live on hands up, that don't actually produce, they never improve. In order to improve, I need to give you help. You need to give me back some kind of a help, usually in the terms of money or admiration or love, something. There need to be some kind of exchange. And now, because I gave you more than you expected, and you gave me more than I expected, we both give more to other people, and there is expansion, there is improvement. And otherwise, there is only deterioration, only.
I
Because
see.
if you look at any country that suffer, or any group of people that suffer and they don't do well, is group of people that has been educated that they need to get without giving back.
I see. So you should okay, so you go to a friend, you're helping a friend or something like that, and I mean, it doesn't always have to be money, but he's offering some kind of a service. He should get paid and it's deserved. He just needs
Yes.
to know that. People, and not just him, many people have this, yes?
Yeah, you should insist to get somehow paid. It doesn't have to be money. It can be cash.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
No,
Yeah.
but seriously, it doesn't have to be money. It can be a lot of other things. It can be just friendship. How do you evaluate the friendship? I give you, you give me in a friendship. But you have to insist that the person gives something in return and more than you gave him. And you have to insist that you'll give him in return more than he gave you. And so
Yeah,
there's extension. Otherwise, there's a contraction.
I see. Yeah, yeah, 100%. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, that's fantastic. So, okay, I have more questions, but let's get to these ones that people are asking here. So, earlier Raj asked, but isn't my feelings coming from me only? How do I differentiate if it's me or not?
Okay. So anything that is my car, my body, my feeling, my mind is not me because
Hmm.
it's belonged to me. It's not me.
Yeah,
So something
true.
that belonged to me is not me. Yes.
Hmm.
Pause due to poor connection. Hold on a second. Let me see. I know what's the problem. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on. Hold on. I know what's the problem in Instagram. Give me 2 seconds.
no problem.
A second. Here
So
we go.
again, if anybody's on and listening, feel free to share this even after with people that you think need to see this because it's really a big topic and a big fake reality around this thing. And if you're listening, as I said, feel free to ask questions that I can put forward to Mayor.
Okay. So the first thing, if it is my thing, it's belong to me. What's belong to me is not me. Even when people say my spirit, they just don't understand what the spirit is because the spirit that belong to who? When I say my
Mm,
spirit, to who does it belong? You are the spirit. You don't
right.
have a spirit. You have a mind, you have a body, you have a wife,
Hmm.
and she for sure tells you what to do.
Yes, exactly. She's your opinion.
She's your opinion, exactly.
Yeah. Um, got it. Okay, good. So that answers that. So first of all, you have it's my
Yes, so
feeling.
that's the
Okay.
first thing that I do. Yes, and the second thing, when someone tells you what to do, it's obviously not you.
Mm,
Yes, if someone tell me what to do, it's not me.
yeah.
I know, I know my name. No one tell me. If you ask me what's my name, I don't say, hold on a second, mommy, what is my name? And I come back.
Yeah.
I don't ask my
Yeah.
wife what is my name. Yes, I
Right,
just know.
right. And yeah, and we covered earlier also, how do you know if it's you that knows? So that's fine. That's 100%. And then Kapil said, what if the coach doesn't himself apply the knowledge which he gives to others, and that's why he has doubts?
That's beautiful because probably um, a person that teach something, if it is something that he's not actually applying, what he teaches will not be powerful. So if I teach you how to lose weight, but I put on weight,
Mm,
probably I don't know how to handle that situation of putting on weight.
yeah,
if
yeah.
if I teach, so many people will tell you, look, I wrote the book, I didn't read it.
I love that. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So so the point is like that, if a person uh, give you advice that works, he will apply it.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
if not, if he's not applying it himself, he himself have some kind of a voice that tell him what to do. Gali, try to connect again to Instagram.
Okay. Hold on. Let me go out and back in. It shows request sent, but let me try again. Hold on.
Yeah.
Joining
Send it
now,
again.
1 second, and send request. There, it says sent.
Wonderful. Yes. Now I can see you. And now we're joining together.
Okay,
I'm with you again. I was
excellent.
missing your Instagram.
I'm accepted.
Yes, you've been
Okay,
accepted.
yes, exactly. And then okay, so then also Maven Funk said, I'm quit go for able being a creative model for many years. My dad loves my modeling. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what's meant here. Fine, no problem. If you can explain, I didn't totally get the question. And Kapil said, yes, I totally agree with Mayor. In India, people say or assume that you are my friend or family relative, so you should help me for free or less money. And yeah, that's actually not just in India. I think that that's a very common thing.
Yeah. So any free help without exchange, and the exchange really doesn't have to be money. It can be just I teach you something and you help me with my kids, or I do this and you do that. It doesn't have to be cash. It's usually cash just because cash, we're Jewish, we like it. But
Uh, yeah, no, but really, usually it's cash because it's kind of a
it's easy.
common, measurable, usable
Yeah,
currency that's
it's
exchangeable.
easy. It's agreed upon. It has a value. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
If you don't get paid, you will see that something amazing will happen. If you will check, if each one of the people that listening to this interview will check right now, and you will see this person that used to be very good friend of yours, and you gave them and you gave them and you gave them and you gave them, and you didn't expect anything in return. Today he hates you.
Hmm.
Why? Because you created a criminal. He couldn't. You choked him. You look at children and you see that parents give them, give them, give them, give them, and by the age of 13, they feel so bad that they have to attack the parents. So the parents become totally bad.
Hmm. Yeah,
Why? Because if I give you and give you and give you, I actually try to destroy you. The intention is good, but because I have fake reality about what does it mean to help, I actually destroy you and I don't actually know. But if you will observe, you'll see those people that used to be your friend and now hate you are those people that you help without any expectation of return.
totally. So
Totally.
true.
So true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
Amazing.
And I wanted to ask one last thing on the imposter syndrome. So you have this, so we understand that the root of where it comes from is from some kind of a movie that's in your past that you need to handle because
Yeah.
it's playing out to you, you feel that way, and then so what can a person do in a practical way when they feel like I'm like I don't even know if I am actually as good as people are thinking I am.
Listen
Like,
again to this interview. That's number one. Because knowledge bring about control. People
mhm,
used to be afraid because the shaman told them that the sun is going to go away unless they will pray, and there was just an eclipse. And the shaman somehow knew how to calculate it, but they didn't know that he knows how to calculate it. So they believed him. Look, it's happening, and everyone prayed, 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 and he said, "Okay, fine, the sun will come back," and the sun came back. Yes,
yeah, yeah,
knowledge release you from superstition.
mm,
Actually, the basic purpose of science was the release of society from superstition.
mhm,
And this is just a superstition that coming from your mind giving you a movie. And the moment that you have the science behind it, the moment that you understand, obviously it's nonsense, you can
yeah,
become a little bit more cause over it. And of course, you can contact us and we can help you much, much more to handle this noise. But even if you just know, no, that's noise. So you start to think it and you say, hey, that's noise, enough. Good, let's continue. You
mm,
just, it's just noise. Someone come to you and tell you, take drug, and you say, hey, I'm not taking drugs. Understand? Good, thank you. And there's no any gray
yeah,
area. It's all white or white.
mhm,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. So they need to really, really have that as a stable thing that this is not true. Basically, it's not true. Now, and also there's an element, I think, of kind of putting attention on the wins that you have created. No, isn't there some element of growing?
Yeah. So success is the sum of all validated improvements. That's my
Mm,
definition of the word success. Yes. So if you will look at the improvement, it will help you. And if you, but in life there is noise. So you need to really know how to
mm,
suppress the noise and improve the wins. And you will see that once it's happening, if you will become cause over it, if you will just decide, okay, no more, and continue, and if it is going to be really clear to you that it's nonsense, you will see that it will not be a problem. And another thing that you can and should do is make sure that you don't have dead time. Like, what do I mean dead time? When those thoughts coming, not when you talk, not when you're helping. It's in between, when you do nothing, when you're not productive. So if you start to have those bad thoughts, you're not productive. Stop watching Netflix and start producing.
Amazing. Yeah. And is there an element of certain people that you're around? Like maybe there's a friend who's poisoning you to some degree. Is that always the case? Sometimes the case?
Yeah, it could be that someone turn on the movie, that some people more tend to turn on the movie. But never mind why the movie has been turned on. You need to be able to be cause over it and to say, no, that's just a noise. This is just a movie. I know that I'm helping. Thank you very much. $10,000 per hour.
Yeah,
If
I
you
see.
help, if you really understand that you help, you're
Yeah,
actually giving the money. Because if I charge you $10,000 per hour and I worked with you for 1 hour and you made $100,000,
of
I gave you
course.
money.
Yeah,
I
100%.
actually helped you.
Yeah. Yeah. And even if it's not directly financial, if you're doing fitness training and you help the guy and he got a healthier life and he gained 10 years on his life through your help, it's like invaluable. So basically the people that are listening need to know that imposter syndrome is pretty much bullshit. It's not real. It's not true that you're an imposter, and just knock it off. Just not even
Just
consider it as a
unethics.
thing.
Yeah,
Just what?
it just you becoming not ethicals towards you.
What do you mean?
So you as an ethical being, you know that you know.
Mhm.
The moment that you stop someone else to tell you what to do, oh, let's take drugs, or the mind will tell me what to do,
Yeah.
or my wife, it's just you're not ethical.
Yeah. I see. Okay, so it's yeah, I get it. And then yeah, by the way, Kapil said totally amazing. Ashley said, "What if you're having a hard time filtering through noise versus solid advice?"
There is no such thing as solid advice.
What do you mean?
If the
Interesting.
advice, if the advice is not yours, if you don't make it your own,
Mm,
it's just something that make you a little bit or a lot more robotic. You have to be source of the data. Even if I teach you now and I tell you, you are perfect and anything that is not perfect is not you. If you just parrot it, you just become more a parrot.
yeah.
Good sounding parrot, maybe with a good accent like mine, but still a parrot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes you'll go, "Wow, that guy gave me such good advice. It's so true." That I can
Only if you make it your own.
Mhm.
So he gave it to me, but it's not my own.
I
I
see.
reinvent it any moment in a new unit of time. It's mine. You've learned that 1 + 1 is 2. You don't go and say, well, the teacher taught me that 1 + 1 is 2. No,
Yeah,
it's your own. You made it your own, so it's valuable. But if not, you're parroting it for the test, and after the test, you don't remember it. It's not
right.
valuable for you.
Totally.
So
100%.
you don't parrot it. You have to make it your own. You
Yes.
need to be the source of it. I invented it. 1 + 1 is so true for me that I don't need to think about it. It's not that I need to remember. How do you do 1 + 1? No, I know 1 + 1 is 2. Next.
Yes. Yes. I love it. Amazing. That's brilliant. And Ashley said, "Wow. Okay, yes." Amazing. So this was great, and I think it's anybody that ever feels that they have imposter syndrome needs to watch this at least once.
Yeah.
By the way, if anybody wants to handle this or other areas of their business or life, you can just email us at info@gprosperity.com. Get in touch with us, DM us on Instagram, whatever. Find a contact form on our website, and we are now offering free coaching. So anybody can come and do a session with one of our coaches, and they will give you excellent data and also guide you onto programs that we can actually put you back at cause on your life, on your business, and bring you massive improvement.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Kapil said, every podcast of Meir is so powerful, it's worth listening to again. 100%. I agree.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Gali that actually directed and get it out of me.
My pleasure. I love it. I'm so genuinely curious and love it. So, and love you. So it's amazing.
Okay, guys.
Thank
So I
you.
think that's all. Tomorrow I'm going
Cool.
to the New Heaven,
Mhm.
Canada. It's a very
Canada.
cold heaven.
Yes.
I heard that this is such a very
That cold.
that cold heaven.
Yes, exactly. Ashley said, amazing. How do I get friends in touch with a coach? Just have them email us, say they want coaching, or speak to me, or anything like that. We can arrange it.
WhatsApp, yes. DM,
WhatsApp,
WhatsApp.
anything. Yeah. We answer everywhere. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Abba. That was
I love you.
amazing.
Thank you everyone
Love
for
you.
listening.
Thank you,
Bye
everyone.
bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.